Hello, all you Conan Exile fans out there. It's Granny Gamester here with your beginner's guide to Conan Exiles. Now I am playing on the PlayStation 4 single player, and in today's guide I'm going to show you where to get the map room and how to set it up for fast travel. Now I'm standing in front of the entrance, and there are two big braziers here, and you can see some skellies there standing in the doorway. So I'm going to show you exactly where we are on the map. And we are right here. This whole orange area is the unnamed city, and you do want to come in right here. This is the easiest way to get to the archivist. Now all this area here is all pretty deserted kind of land. You might run into a few scorpions or so on, but you can outrun everything or avoid them. And you can do this early game if you like. Yeah, you don't have to wait until you get a super powerful thrall to do this, but it's just as easy to bring a thrall in with you as well. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to get in there without a thrall early game. So you want to have a full stamina bar, and as you can see, we're going to trot up to these guys, and as we do, they're going to aggro, and then you want to run. And you want to run straight ahead down this first flight of stairs, down the second flight, turn a sharp left, and then turn a sharp right and jump right off in here, and then right down here. You will take a little damage, but not much. Let your stamina build back up, and then begin to run again. Now you can see there's a skelly on my left. He is going to aggro to us. And then you can see an obelisk right in front of us. Don't stop to do that because you have skellies behind you. You want to go right between these two pillars. And that purple cloud around your screen is corruption. You are taking on corruption in this part of the unnamed city. So you want to run through this doorway, and as soon as you get to these stairs, the skellies will stop chasing you, so you don't have to panic anymore. So you can see the next opening here. You can see this ghostly figure, and that is the archivist. So that's where you want to go. And as you enter into this room, you want to stop and take in the beauty. And this right in front of you, this circular space, is the map room. Yes, and what you're going to learn is a recipe to make a replica of this for your base. Yeah, very cool. So what you want to do is go over to the archivist. And you want to click your square button, and that brings up this menu, and you want to learn Cartographer. Now this is not lit up because I've already done it. So go ahead and click
I am just
that.
a shadow.
And then say goodbye.
What once was.
And then you might want to stop over here and activate this. Now this is your Stoic library, and if you press square on this, you can see it's telling me I need a fragment of power. So you can take the fragments of power, bring them here, turn them into this by a scroll, and each scroll will give you a recipe for something really cool. Now, the one I like the most is the fast elevator, yeah. But it'll give you some weapons and other items that are very useful. So this might be a fun thing to do with your fragments of power. Yeah. So once you've done that, you can now open up your crafting section here. And you can scroll down. And there's your map room. Yeah, it's right in your handcrafting section. Now, it does take a lot to make this. It's very expensive. It takes 200 corrupted stone. It takes 35 iron reinforcements, 75 alchemical base, and 50 crystal. But it is well worth it. And this is also why I recommend getting it early game, because you can be farming for this stuff early game as well. As well as looking for your obelisk, because the obelisks are attuned to these stations, yeah, and that's what's going to allow you to travel. So yeah, now that we're in here, you're like, well, yeah, that's cool, Granny, but how do we get out? Well, you get out the same way you came in. Again, make sure that your stamina bar is full before you hit that, because on the way out, you're going to want to take a second to attune that obelisk right there if you have not already. Now nothing's going to aggro to me up to this point. But once I get on the other side, now see those set of stairs, that's where you want to head. Now, you can either climb back up the wall you jumped off, or you can go up the stairs. If you go up the stairs, you're going to aggro all those skellies. So I usually will climb back up the wall. So we're going to trot over here, and hopefully we don't aggro anybody while we attune this. So you just trot right up to it here, hit your square button, and again it says I've already attuned this, which I have. So now what I want to do is go over here as far to the left as I can, so I do not aggro any more skellies than I absolutely have to. And we're going to go over here, and again, don't worry about what's coming behind you. Let that build up a little bit. We'll trot up to this. We'll climb up. And then we'll climb up this one. And they are after me. You can see he tried to get me. And again, just trot here to let your stamina build up, because you want to make sure you've got plenty of stamina to run through these 4 here. And depending on which direction you came in, you can head that same way out. I usually come from this direction, so I will head out this way. I will get close to this so I don't aggro the little scorpion. Yeah, and that's all there is to it. That's how you get out. Easy peasy. Now I want to make sure that I am well out of his way before I stop. And I am. All right, and my stamina's run out. So yeah, I'll meet you back at the base and we'll talk about how to get the ingredients to make this. Okay, we are back at our base, and I'm standing in front of my alchemical bench because that is where you're going to make the corrupted stone. So let's open this up. And as you can see, we now have corrupted stone in our recipe section. Now it takes stone, ichor, and demon blood to make the corrupted stone. Yeah, it takes 1 of each. And I do believe it might be 2 stone though. And but here it shows 1. So the demon blood you can get from any demonic creature, and you've probably already killed one of them. The shalebacks give the best, and if you use a pick, you'll get even more when you cut them up. So yeah, do that. Ichor is pretty easy to get. And then the other ingredient was alchemical base. Now alchemical base can be made at your improved fire bowl cauldron or a regular one. You don't need improved for either one of these. I just happen to have these right now. So alchemical base takes silver dust, gold dust, and ichor. Now ichor's easy, but silver and gold dust you need to get from your grinder. Now what you need to do is put gold bars, silver bars, gold coins or silver coins or ores into the grinder, and it will make the powder for you. Yeah, really not that difficult, just a matter of getting the gold. And you can get plenty of gold right into permaroot in the chest. Yeah, easy peasy for that. Now you can also get alchemical base pretty easy from any level 3 bearer that you kill. They have a chance to drop up to 500 alchemical base at a time, so make sure you grab their supply box when you kill them. Yeah, because that is a super, super easy way to get alchemical base. Now the other 2, the crystal and the iron reinforcement, are very easy to get. You probably should already know how to get those, so you'll be good there. So yeah, I already have a map room in my inventory, so I'm going to go out and talk about placing this. Now it can be placed on a 7x7 foundation, but I recommend making it a little bit bigger. And if you want to place it inside a building, make sure you put it inside before you put the roof on. It does have an issue placing with the roof already on the building. And you also want to make your walls 2 walls high to do that. So let's put this little beauty up here. Now this is a very flat area, so this is going to place very easy, but they don't always. Right, you might have to do a lot of fussing around. Now if you use your R2 and your L2, you can swivel it this way and that way. And of course, if you look down on the lower left hand side of my screen, you can see if I hit my triangle I can raise or lower it, or I can rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise. I can tilt it. I can change the pitch. Yeah, those kinds of things. So that makes it helpful. So once you got it so it'll set, you just want to place it down here. And we're going to take a look at this. Now, as you're out in the wild, you can find these obelisks. Now, this one says the bracelet is not attuned. Oh, this one is. That one is. This bracelet is not attuned yet, which means I have not found this obelisk yet. So I cannot teleport there because I don't. Look at the deer. Sorry, guys. He's interrupting. Yeah, so I have not found the obelisk to that or attuned my bracelet to it. So I cannot go there yet. So I have it. This one I do believe was, back away here. Oh, it's not going to pop up. Yeah, it's the lag in the game, unfortunately. Let me walk away here a little further and see if I go back up and it will show up. There we go. This is the unnamed city, and you can see you get a nice flame there, and it will say teleport. That means if you hit your square button right now, that's where you're going to go, is the unnamed city. This is the Shattered Springs. This is the closest one to my base, and I'll show you where that is on the map. That is right here. So this is my home teleporting base. Yeah. And this one is the one we're going to do today. This one is at the burial mounds, or mounds of the dead. And that is up here. And the obelisk is right here. I think in a previous video I did show you that, where we went to get Delincia. So if you activated that obelisk already, you are good to go. So I'm going to run in and quickly get, I think I'll go on this side, my second map room. And you don't have to do this right away because it does take a lot of materials. It's very expensive. So do it as you can, but when you're out in the world, make sure you're collecting these items because you will need them for your map room. So I have another one right here. We're going to grab this. Head back on out. Oh, look at him. He's got an issue. I didn't do it, guys. I didn't bury him in the sand. Nope. All right. So now that we have that, we are going to go to the Mounds of the Dead. Now I'm just going to hit my square button. And as you can see, I'm kind of got these little crystallized things around me, and off I go. Now this is going to create a shortcut, a fast travel to that area. And it is a little slow. Okay, here we are. And there's the obelisk right there. And there is a recipe book right here somewhere. It might be on this other side. And again, you are taking corruption. Make sure you want to pick this up because this is the Specialist Brewing 2. Yeah. So then we want to face... Where are we here? Here we are. You want to face this. This is the closest to you. And you want to drop down right here. And just hit your X button on the way down and you grab the ball so you won't fall too badly. So then you want to trot out to this water area here. And you want to bear left. And you come right out into this shallow area here. Now once you get here, and actually anywhere in here, it's up to you where you want to place this. This is just where I place it. You can place this in the water. Hopefully I can do it here. It'll let me. See if we can get it to go over here maybe. No. Alright, you might have to experiment with this a little bit to get it to place. So let's Let's try over here and see if we, there we go. Whoops. Like I said, it's very touchy sometimes. Okay, so now we have this placed here. And the reason I do this is because once I go up and get my Delancey or do whatever else I'm doing in the Mounds of the Dead, now I can come back to this and teleport back to the obelisk close to my home, which is the Shattered Springs. So, and you can also teleport with your horse and your thrall. Yeah. So you can be all loaded down with all kinds of goodies. Come back here and voila. You are going to head home. Yeah. And again, today this is a little slow. And here we are. My home base is just up the hill here. And of course, it's there at Shattered Springs where I level up my thralls. So just up the hill, that is home. Easy peasy. Yeah. And I highly recommend placing a map room close to any obelisk that you frequent. Yeah. Another place that I will place one is in the jungle. Now, I'm not going to do any spoilers by telling you where those obelisks are, because it's exciting to run up on one as you're exploring the world. But there are a couple in the jungle. And yeah, once you have that set up, you have that obelisk attuned, and you set down a map room, you can fast travel back and forth from those two areas. So you do not need to place a second map room at every one of the obelisks. You can do it just at the ones you frequent. So you can see we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 obelisks to find. Yeah. And on your map room, or your map, you can see for me to go to the jungle is a very long jaunt, right? So I will want to attune my bracelet as soon as possible and set down a map room so I can travel back and forth very easily. Yeah. So yeah, that's it, guys. It's wonderful. It's a great fast travel system. A lot of people just make the map room and don't put down another. Go to the obelisk and don't set down a map room, and then they have to travel all the way back. And again, remember, you can bring your horse and your thrall with you as you teleport. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, give me that big old like. And if you'd like to see more, just subscribe. And if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified when I post my next video. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And again, until next time, GG out.